Beneath the calm surface of the sea lies a force waiting to awaken, silent, unpredictable, and merciless. In a single moment, the ocean can turn from tranquil blue to a towering wall of fury, rising higher than buildings and striking with the power of an explosion. These are not ordinary waves. They are monsters born from chaos, shaped by storms, earthquakes, and the deep mysteries of the sea itself. Today we'll uncover 5 real waves so massive and destructive, they had to be seen to be believed. Each one a chilling reminder that no matter how advanced we become, the ocean is still in charge. Beneath the quiet Portuguese town of Nazaré lies a hidden force of nature, an underwater canyon deeper than the Grand Canyon itself, stretching for more than 140 miles and plunging nearly 16,000 feet. This vast trench acts like a superhighway for waves. It channels raw Atlantic energy straight toward the coast, compressing and amplifying it until it erupts in towering walls of water.
The largest and meanest waves in the world slam into a headland in Portugal called Nazaré.
It's here, at Praia do Norte, that the ocean turns into a living, breathing beast. In 2017, Brazilian surfer Rodrigo Coxa faced that fury head-on, riding what Guinness World Records later confirmed as the largest wave ever surfed, a 101-foot monster. In the footage, he looks like a speck against an advancing mountain of water. The moment is both breathtaking and terrifying, a human challenging the very limits of nature. Nazaré's waves form because of a perfect blend of geology and chaos. The deep canyon channels storm energy, the shallow shelf lifts it skyward, and the wind sculpts it into a wall of destruction. Locals say you don't conquer Nazaré, you survive it. Every surfer who enters those waters knows the risk. Some call it a spiritual experience, others a brush with death. But for the few brave enough to ride its fury, it's the closest thing to touching eternity. For hundreds of years, sailors told tales of monstrous freak waves, towering walls of water that rose from flat seas and devoured entire ships in seconds. They were dismissed as drunken exaggerations or seafarer folklore, but that all changed on New Year's Day, 1995, when the Dropner oil platform off Norway's coast recorded something that shouldn't have been possible. A single, isolated wave nearly 85 feet tall, crashing out of nowhere. It bent steel railings, shattered reinforced glass, and defied every ocean model scientists had. For the first time, hard data proved the legends were true. Then, in 2001, the research vessel RV Discovery encountered another. Instruments captured everything: the sudden spike in wave height, the enormous pressure, and the eerie silence that followed. Rogue waves, it turns out, aren't born from storms, but from chaos, when different wave systems collide perfectly in sync, stacking their energy into one catastrophic crest. Since then, satellite imaging has confirmed that these monsters roam every ocean on Earth, striking without warning. They've been blamed for hundreds of mysterious shipwrecks once thought to be human error. Now we know the truth. The sea itself can turn deadly in an instant, conjuring a single unstoppable wave that appears from nowhere and vanishes just as quickly. Not every monster wave is born from wind or storms. Some rise from the fury of the Earth itself. On December 26, 2004, the planet shifted violently. A massive 9.1 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of Sumatra, Indonesia, releasing energy equal to 23,000 Hiroshima bombs. In less than 30 minutes, the seafloor lifted nearly 40 meters, displacing billions of tons of seawater and triggering one of the most catastrophic tsunamis in recorded history. What followed wasn't a single wave. It was a sequence of massive walls of water, each more powerful than the last, racing across the Indian Ocean at nearly 500 miles per hour.
We figured out the location, which was about 150 miles off Banda Aceh in the Indian Ocean.
Entire coastlines were erased. Villages, resorts, and highways disappeared beneath an unstoppable surge. In Phuket, Thailand, haunting footage shows beachgoers standing in awe as the sea mysteriously retreats, unaware that it's only gathering strength. Then, the horizon bulges and the ocean returns with vengeance. Within moments, concrete buildings crumbled like sandcastles, and ships were thrown miles inland. Over 230,000 lives were lost in 14 countries. Scientists later explained that tsunami waves are unlike surface swells. They move through the entire body of the ocean, deep, dense, and invisible until it's too late. When they reach shallow water, that hidden energy explodes upward, turning calm seas into towering walls of destruction. You can't surf a tsunami, you can't outswim it. When the Earth moves, the ocean answers, and it reminds us just how fragile we really are. In the heart of the Pacific lies Pe'ahi, a place surfers call Jaws, and for good reason. It's not just another big wave spot, it's nature's test of courage, balance, and survival. When winter swells roll across the North Pacific, fueled by storms thousands of miles away, they gather unimaginable power. By the time they reach Maui's north shore, they explode into towering giants, waves 60 to 80 feet high, curling like liquid mountains. The sound alone is terrifying, a deep, thunderous roar that rattles the cliffs and warns anyone nearby that this is no ordinary break. Cameras have captured moments that seem unreal. Surfers dropping down near vertical faces, boards trembling as water swallows the horizon. In 2013, professional surfer Maya Guebera faced one of Jaws' largest waves and nearly paid the ultimate price. She lost her balance mid-ride and was swallowed by the sea, held underwater for over a minute before being pulled unconscious from the depths. That day could have ended her story, but instead, it defined it. Years later, she returned to re-challenge Jaws, a moment that proved courage isn't the absence of fear, but the will to face it head-on. Monster waves like Jaws are born from the vast, restless energy of the Pacific. Thousands of miles of storms focusing their strength on one shallow reef. The result is both terrifying and mesmerizing. Raw, untamed beauty that reminds us of the ocean's unstoppable power and the human spirit that dares to ride it. Now, let's go back to the most massive wave ever recorded in human history, the Lituya Bay mega tsunami of 1958. Deep in a remote fjord on the southeastern coast of Alaska, nature unleashed an event so powerful it defied comprehension. It began on July 9th when a 7.8 magnitude earthquake shook the Fairweather Fault, dislodging around 90 million tons of rock from the surrounding mountainside. Those rocks plunged into the narrow bay at nearly 100 miles per hour, displacing an enormous amount of water. The result was a single apocalyptic wave that towered 1,720 feet high, taller than the Empire State Building. The wave was so powerful it stripped every tree, plant, and speck of soil from the mountainsides surrounding the bay, leaving a stark, barren line that remains visible even today. Two fishermen, Howard Ulrich and his 7-year-old son, were in their small wooden boat when the unimaginable happened. Ulrich later recalled seeing a giant wall of water racing toward them, blotting out the sky. Against all odds, their boat was lifted high into the air and miraculously survived, riding the surge like a cork before being set back down miles away. Scientists who later studied the event estimated that the energy released was equivalent to a 10 to 15 megaton nuclear explosion. Though no one captured the disaster on film, modern simulations and geological evidence give us a chilling glimpse of its scale, a moment when the Earth and ocean became one violent, unstoppable force. The Lituya Bay mega tsunami remains a haunting reminder of just how small we truly are against the raw power of nature. These 5 waves, Nazare's 100-foot beast, the Rogue Dropner wave, the Indian Ocean tsunami, Hawaii's Jaws, and Alaska's mega tsunami, show just how little control we truly have over nature. Each one is different, but they all share one truth. The ocean doesn't play by human rules. It doesn't care who's watching. It doesn't care about records. Furthermore, it is vast, ancient, and untamable. And that's what makes it both terrifying and beautiful. Because somewhere out there, even now, another storm is forming. Another wave is rising, and another camera is waiting to capture it. If you enjoyed exploring nature's most terrifying power, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep-sea mysteries, and share this video with someone who still thinks the ocean is calm, because out there, calm is just the moment before the next monster wave.